I was photographing in one of the poorest districts of Palermo, Danisini, where Letizia Battaglia, the master of photography, she won the Eugene Smith Award back in the day together with Donna Ferrato, and she did take pictures of the mafia killings in Palermo. The picture of the guy waiting for the bus is the picture that, you can call it the most successful picture of the series, but only because it has got this kind of voyeuristic quality to it. I love it too. I love the picture because it's pretty much embeds what Sicily is now. An old scarred face. This is what Sicily is now. It's beautiful, haunting, scarred, mysterious, dark. Is speaking about death. It's a very complex face, the one I took. I took pictures of. And it's as complex as the Sicilian reality is. Now the picture happened really casually because I was waiting for the bus myself. I was with my Hasselblad. I had, I think, 120 millimeter lens, which is an equivalent of an 80 on a 35 format. And I turned on my right and I saw this guy waiting for the bus with such a face. And I just turned. I didn't want to ruin the position because he had this beautiful arch position. He was making a kind of S with his body, very skinny body, and with his kind of eaten by the times clothes. And so I took my light meter, I took the reading, I adjusted the aperture and the time shutter speed in my Hasselblad, I judged the focus more or less, I turned, I fine-tuned the focus, tam, tam, tam. Where would I put the accent is that such a quick, volatile moment lasted forever.
I'm going to start by telling you something about all the images that is global. Globally, there's gender ambiguity. And it's not intentional, but there's gender ambiguity. I'm not sure why. I like that because it causes some confusion and that opens for dialogue with the images. Secondly, there's no time and place. So you don't know where they are. So they're not like in a room or a bedroom or the kitchen. They're really not anywhere. So again, it opens the image for conversation, for internal conversation. So you can look at them. It gives you want to spend some time trying to figure that out. Thirdly, there's confrontation or lack of confrontation because the eyes are open or not open, so they're looking at you in a certain way that children might not want to look at you. That might not look at you in that way. They don't spend the time looking at you. So those are three things I've noticed that people have noticed about the images, maybe consciously or subconsciously. In particular about canopies. Why did I name it that? Okay, if you look at in the top left, there's a leg. So whose leg is that and why is it there? So it provides potentially, I don't like to be leading in the names, but it's a canopy potentially over the two girls. And then there's the shading of the the leaves that provides a canopy over the girls as well. If you look at the two faces, one face is very calm and the other one is a little bit frightened. So you have the difference in the two faces, so it's like a yin and yang. So there's the question about how they're responding and if they need protection. And then there's one more canopy, but I can't tell you about that because you have to spend some time with it to figure it out.
I researched about 200 locations altogether and ended up with about 80 or so that I wanted to visit and recce and photograph. So there were quite a few locations which I went to. I've actually got, the project at the moment has got 42 complete images. So there have been about 30 or so locations I've been to, which I've been to and looked at and either not shot or photographed, but then hasn't made the final edit. But this one, I'd kind of seen some of this imagery before and looked at it on Google Maps to try and find where it was. It seemed like a fantastic location. Did lots of research into it, the story behind it's really good as well. And then when I got to the location, which involved a car journey up to the northwest of Scotland and then about an hour and a half walk into the forests, trying to find it. Big forest. Came across, once you saw it, you couldn't miss it. When I came across it, I just thought it's going to be stunning, it'll be fantastic. And it's the kind of location you get to, and for me as a photographer, I just know exactly what the image is going to be like. And then it was a case of then going back, because the weather wasn't right when I visited it first, it was actually too sunny. Yeah, as you can tell, I try not to be sunny in my pictures, so...
It's a rarity in Scotland.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. So I went back the following year for this shot, and the light was right for it, set up, waited for the light to change, and we got the shot. This was actually, once I was there, this is one of my quicker shots. Yeah. I was there for about an hour, a couple of hours, whereas some of the locations I've been there for 8 hours altogether. It's generally the ones with the sea, where they take longer because I've got to wait for the tides to get to exactly the right point. So a lot of time put into it, but it's worth it. The subject matter, which is like military defences and about the shifting landscape, it's not a kind of subject you want people to love. You want people to be interested in it, I think. But it's important for me to create beautiful imagery so that people will stop, look at the picture, and then they'll hopefully start to think about it. And for a start, why start photographing it? And then start to think about the memories and histories of the place and the people involved with it. And then, not so much in this image, I don't think, but in lots of the other more coastal ones right on the coast, they kind of talk about a lot about the shifting landscape and how the objects change their place and space within the landscape as well. But Terry Neal loves it. That's great. Very happy with it.